Maybe.
Let's do a real audio test because I don't know. I'm not sure about how we're laying here.
We're doing a real audio test.
Well, you're not gonna talk like that the whole time, are you? Like leaning and yelling.
We're doing a real audio test.
We're doing a real audio test.
Amp it up.
Eh.
Bring your A game.
No.
And oop.
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hello.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me on our bed for our little program here. Okay, so Grandma Liz or Lips, your mom, Liz Fisher, brought us some zucchinis. She's a gardening gal. What does she garden normally? Is she into gardening? Is this a new thing?
No. She's always done this. From the time I can remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So for decades?
Yeah.
Wow. She brought some zooks, as I call them. And then shrimp is our new thing. We moved on from chicken. Oh, so pedestrian. And we're eating shrimp now. We do the no tails, no legs, no guts. I always feel like if you leave the tail on, you leave the legs on, you leave the vein in, why don't you just eat it alive? Is that what you're going for?
Do shrimp have legs?
Yeah, they got little...
Really?
Yeah. They got paws, they got claws, they got feet.
Wow.
They're scary.
Yeah, they are. Every time I eat shrimp,
Yeah.
I think that I'm eating bugs. Do you think that?
I think,
The bugs of the ocean?
yeah. I think I'm eating a life. A
Wow.
former life. You don't think about that?
No.
Like this. Well, what about chickens?
It does feel unnatural.
Yeah.
Shrimp in particular. Maybe it's
Yeah.
the shape, the visual.
Oh, yeah.
There's something weird about them.
Very unappealing. But we get all that crap off. That comes in a bag at the Walmart, as my mom calls Walmart. They have the easy peel, the two letters EZ peel. But again, I'm not a fishmonger.
That's too much work.
Yeah. Like just give it. I want it to look as little like shrimp as possible.
Yes.
I don't want it to look like shrimp. I just want it to look yummy and round and curled. We started doing the cooked, where you buy the bag and it's cooked already, but that was no bueno.
Yeah, that was it didn't taste good.
Yeah.
And the texture was weird.
Yeah.
Do you think I messed up the cooking process?
No.
Okay.
No, Walmart did. Well, it's already cooked, and then they freeze it, and it's too much. It's too much. And I feel like the cooked shrimp is for shrimp cocktail, which I never saw the appeal of. But if you're gonna cook it at home, just get them raw dog it. So we got them raw. You cook some, honey. So you did a shrimp and zook deal. We combined the two. How did you cook them? What did you look up? How did it turn out?
There was some recipe that you found and you sent it to me.
Oh, right.
And I didn't follow it precisely because there was all these different spices.
Yeah.
I just used what we already had here at home.
They go way above and beyond. Another thing about all these cooking recipe websites, there are so many ads and spyware. I had 4 browsers open on various recipes, and it slowed down my computer to a crawl. And I have like a super nice high-tech Mac Daddy computer, and I literally couldn't do anything. Like my cursor couldn't move, my keyboard couldn't type, all because there was so much ads and spyware and trackers or whatever on these stupid websites. Annoying. But well, you were concerned about cooking shrimp in toaster oven.
Right. Although I guess I have done that before in my life, but it just seems like you should cook shrimp in a pan on the stovetop.
Yeah.
But we wanted to do this oven recipe, so I just poured the shrimp into some foil, and I put some olive oil on it, a pat of butter, salt, pepper, the Bang Bang seasoning that we have, which is like a kind of a spicy Asian seasoning.
Yeah.
And I wrapped it up in the foil, and I put it on a pan in the oven.
Yeah.
And then after 10 minutes, I flipped it, and cooked it for another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But when I opened up the foil afterwards, they were cooked unevenly. Some
Yeah.
looked good. Some were still clearly not cooked all the way. So I ended up just pouring it out onto the sheet pan and putting it back in the oven for another 10 minutes.
Yeah. The cooking in the foil, it's appealing. It's no mess, no fuss. But I never bought into it, and I don't think it does a good job.
It's good for like potatoes and meat over a campfire when you're camping. I've done that when I was young.
Yeah. Maybe some veggies in there.
Yeah, but like when you're at home using your oven,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it never works the same.
Yeah. Get the heck out of here. I thought your shrimp were too salty. As my mom says, too saucy, but your zooks were good.
Yeah.
They were well seasoned, and they were a little crispy, but there was a lot of moisture in the baking pan. So I took it upon myself. I hopped in the kitchen. I don't know why I'm in the kitchen, honey. I mean, I married you. I don't know what I'm doing cooking, but whatever. And so I said, I'm going to take a stab at this. And I looked up how to remove moisture from shrimp, and there was a brine recipe, which I was associated brine with like a vinegary solution or a liquid solution, but it said just add some baking soda, or is it baking powder? Baking soda. And some salt, and just toss it in there and let it sit for a little. But the shrimp was still hecka wet, so I grabbed a bunch of paper towels and I patted each individual shrimp. I patted it dry. I blotted with the brawny paper towels each individual shrimp, and it was time consuming, and there were like 60 shrimp, and it took forever, and I was like, what the hell am I doing with my life? And I was using up paper towels. It wasn't too bad. I would like move the paper towel around and try to get the dry spots wet, but it was labor intensive, but I cooked it, and I did the same thing. Some zooks, some seasonings, olive oil, salt, pepper, etc. Some crushed red chili peppers. What did you think of my shrimp zook, honey?
Your shrimp was very good.
Yeah.
Better than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can admit that. And your zucchini was good too. Way too saucy.
Yeah, way too saucy.
But delicious. We ate it all.
Yeah. I need to go easier on the salt. We both need to go either. You need to go easier on your zook salt, and I'll go easier on my shrimp salt.
Whenever I'm seasoning anything, I just go wild.
I know.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right. I know. Well, like Rachel Ray says, you can you can't take things away, but you can always add things. So at the end of the process, if you need some salt, just add some salt. But if you add a bunch of salt in the middle of your cooking process, you're screwed. But we're getting some jumbo shrimp. By the way, here's the shrimp sizes. There's small, medium, large, extra large, and then there's jumbo, and then there's colossal, and then there's super colossal.
Wow.
I want to try the super colossal, but it's super expensive. Super colossal, super expensive.
So what are we going to get next time?
In our current cart is a jumbo.
Why not colossal?
Because the Great Value brand does not do colossal.
Okay.
I guess. You know what? I'll do super colossal. I'll pay the premium. Okay. Just to say we did colossal. It's fun saying colossal.
I know.
I think, I feel like a Seinfeld episode could be based around saying colossal over and over. Like, hello. Like how they would just take a word and say it over and over. And eventually you're like, that's kind of a funny word. So I needed some batteries the other day, and I go into our battery drawer, and it's a drawer, the bottom drawer in our kitchen. It was mayhem. It was mayhem and cheese, chaos. I was actually changing the garage door opener battery, which is one of those CR2032 batteries, and we have a bunch of them. But we also got AAA and AA. We got some 9 volts, and it was madness. So I said, honey, we are going through the battery drawer this weekend, and we're going to clean it up and organize it. So here's what I found, what we found in the battery drawer. 2 giant bags of rubber bands, honey. Why?
You never know when you're going to need a rubber band.
Yeah.
So those
Can you think of the last time you needed a rubber band?
No, I cannot.
I remember we were in Target and you were like, I need rubber bands. And we bought a bag of rubber bands.
Yeah,
and,
that was years ago, and
yeah.
I haven't touched them since.
Yeah. So you said, okay, just grab a fingerling of rubber bands, and that'll be all the rubber band supply we need in this home. So got about 15 to 20 rubber bands, and then just toss the rest. A pack of 20 earplugs, honey. Why?
Okay. Those are also important. I bought those years ago when our fire alarm was going off in the house, and I couldn't get it to turn off. So I was standing up on a ladder, my head right by it, and I was fiddling around with it.
Yeah.
And I had no earplugs. And so I went out after that incident and I bought some because if that ever happened again, I wanted to be able to put in earplugs and then go try to fix the fire alarm.
That was recent. Like your showers have set off the fire alarm even just a few months ago, right?
Yeah, that was a recent occurrence of the fire alarm going off. But when I bought the earplugs, that was a very long time ago, maybe 4 years ago. But you know what? They were unopened, so I've never used them.
Have you? Oh, so you haven't used them?
No, that was a brand new box.
And much like the rubber bands, I proposed, let's grab a couple earplugs, 2, 4, and throw the rest away. And you disagreed.
Yes.
You said, how about you not be so minimalist? And I said, okay.
Yeah, how about that?
Did you keep any? Do you still have the box?
I kept the whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yes. They're still unopened. Everything that you wanted to throw away and I wanted to keep, I took away and I hid in a different drawer.
I got it, but much like the rubber bands, how about a couple earplugs?
Here's the thing is the entire package is like 3 inches by 2 inches. It's so tiny.
Would you say it's shrimp size?
It's large shrimp size.
That's where it starts. Tiny little boxes, and then suddenly it's like hoarders up in here. A bunch of matches, honey. Why? Now, I'll say like a year or two ago, like we were having fun with matches with Lennox, just lighting candles and just lighting because he couldn't quite get that. He couldn't quite master the lighting of a match, so it was some adult time, some life lesson time, and so it's all in the wrist, man. It's all in the wrist. So we went through a fair number of matches here and there, like a year or two ago, but we have a ton now. Why?
That's another thing I can't bear to part with because it feels like in an emergency you're gonna need matches.
Mm-hmm. Well, how about keep 20 or 30?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Next thing is twine, which initially I was like, what the hell is this? Is this, it is twine, right?
It is twine. And yes, but I do actually use the twine pretty often.
Yeah.
Like anytime I'm baking for somebody or wrapping presents.
Yeah.
I use that to wrap.
Yeah. You just made your dad banana bread for Father's Day. And you wrapped the banana bread in like a butcher paper or a wax paper?
Yes, and then I tied a twine bow around it.
Yeah. So the twine I was good with. I was like, okay, that's Christmas time twine, and I know you use it, and I like the look. It's very rustic, honey, when you tie twine around your baked goods. A whole bag of batteries that technically we shouldn't throw away.
Right. The used batteries.
Yeah.
We've been collecting them for a long time and they've just been sitting in that drawer.
Yeah.
I don't know what I intended because I know you're not supposed to just throw them away.
Right.
So I thought eventually we'll find out how to properly get rid of these. But
yeah.
I don't know where to do.
They have like e-waste drives or little events or whatever. But we could have waited for one, but
Did you put them in our recycling bin?
What do you want me to say? What should I have done?
I want you to say the most eco-friendly thing possible.
Whichever choice that is, then that's what I did. I honestly can't remember.
Next time we're going to do the e-waste, right?
Yes. Sure. Birthday candles, honey. Why do we have birthday candles?
I think that was completely unused also. Well, there's 4 people in this house. That's 4 birthdays a year. 5 if you include Frankie. So someday we'll use those.
But we've had them for years. You haven't used any. But we've all had birthdays. We're all aging out here. But the candles go unused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe next year.
Okay, darling. You purged your TBR list. Can you explain what the TBR stands for, honey, and how much you got up to?
TBR stands for To Be Read, and that's what the people on online book communities call their list of books that they want to read.
Yeah.
So I use the Goodreads website to track the books I have read and want to read, and anytime I come across a book, I just add want to read. So my TBR...
Sounds like the earplugs and matches and rubber bands problem. Go on. Yeah.
My TBR ballooned to 2005 books.
Holy Toledo.
And I
remember when you were at 1,000. Oh, we were so young and so naive.
Once it got to that 2,000 mark, I was like, this is overwhelming. I hate seeing this number every time I look at Goodreads.
Yeah.
And so I went back, I organized it to look at the books that have been on my TBR the longest.
Okay.
For years.
Yeah.
And I just started clicking delete. And I ended up deleting 1,300 books.
Nice.
Oh, it felt so good. I feel like a new person.
You still have 700-ish or something?
Yeah, close to that.
And if you're just joining us, you're a voracious reader. You read 50 books a year? 100?
I read between 100 and 150.
Holy Toledo. Yeah. And so how are you still adding? Are you now you have 700-ish? Are you going to start adding, and are you going to hit that 2,000 mark again, honey?
Never again.
Okay.
I will still add, but
are you subtracting? Are you done subtracting?
Yeah, but I add way quicker than I subtract from it. Every time I read a book, it moves from the TBR to the read pile. Yeah. So that helps. Okay. I'm just going to be a little more careful, a little more picky with what I add to the to read pile.
Are they in like a desire? Like, is your top 10 books you want to read, or is it just all random?
It's just random, but I love Goodreads. You can create as many bookshelves as you want, and you can. So if you wanted to, you could create like your priority, like priority read or whatever, and then you could organize it if you wanted to do that. But I don't. Everything's just all together.
So you think you won't get back to 2,000? What about 1,000?
Oh yeah, I could get to 1,000 if I wanted, if I allow it.
But how about that be your new goal when you hit 1,000? Say, okay, I need to take away 200, or 400 or whatever.
If I wanted, I could take away like another 300.
You know what would be crazy if you deleted all of them and started over.
Yeah, people talk about that, like just delete your whole TBR.
Yeah,
like, it'll feel so good.
Do it.
I'm too scared. I'll be lost without it.
No, you won't. Take that fear and jump right through that window. When I was a young man, when Napster and LimeWire, iMesh, Kazaa were all a thing, I would download tons of songs and movies. And back in the day, hard drives were more unreliable, so they would crash. And I would have 10 gigs of songs and 20 gigs of movies. Movies are bigger files, obviously. Thousands and thousands of each. And my hard drive would crash, and it would just be all gone. And then I'd be like, okay, like, I'm still alive. It's not a big deal. I never watched the movies. I would listen to a couple of the songs.
Right.
But it's just a cleansing. It's a purging, and it felt good. And you would just start all over again. Like, I got to download that new J-Lo movie off iMesh.
And you forget what was even on there once it's gone. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more at some point it's more about like the collection. Like, oh, I have 80 gigs of movies, but you never watch them, and if they're gone in the blink of an eye, like they were a few times when hard drives would crash or whatever, it'd be like, okay, it's all digital and it doesn't matter, and you can get anything you want. You can reacquire it. So I would say do it. Purge it. Get rid of it.
Oh, that's so scary.
Just do it. And then start adding and make it up to 3,000, honey. So our terrified weirdo of a cat, Frankie Blue Nicholas, he's gotten more skittish in his old age. He's 5 or 6?
He's 5.
He's 5. But like particularly, like when I go grab some ice from our ice maker for a frosty beverage,
and
when I do the ice scooper through the ice machine maker thing, and it's noisy, it makes a ruckus, he freaks out. He like, if he's in the kitchen, he gallops away. He gets all scared. Even like when I get my 2-liter of diet soda, I drink Sam's Cola. Okay, great value, Walmart. It's $1.22 for a 2-liter bottle. Even when I pop the top and psst, that little psst, he could be anywhere, and he like looks over, and he gets scared. And if he's close by, he runs away. He's getting old.
Yeah, he's definitely more scared than he used to be.
Yeah. Is it due to him growing? Is he getting soft, being an indoor cat, and there's no threat, and so everything scares him, or what's causing his paranoia?
I don't know, but I wish we could figure it out so that it would stop happening to him.
It's just gonna get worse. Bought him some bow ties. I went on Temu or Temu, which is a website that if you need crap and you need it in 3 weeks, they'll deliver you crap in 3 weeks. It's cheap crap, but sometimes you just need cheap crap. But I bought a pack of 20 bow ties for $2.99. Thanks, Temu. And we've had a couple put on him, but they're too big, and they don't tighten, and so like they don't sit on his neck. They sit on his shoulders. Do cats have shoulders? But it looks hilarious.
It looks like a bow tie necklace.
and he tries to like bite at it because he wants to take it off, and it ends up just spinning around in 360 circle. It's quite funny, but I don't know. I'm not going to return them. Actually, I did return them. Another thing about Temu, you return things and like, why don't you just keep it? And it's like, okay, thanks for sending this cheap crap from a third world country for me. So I returned it. It's free. You could sew it, yeah. You could get your little sewing kit out.
I could.
Yeah.
I think we should just buy him better quality ones that actually fit.
I don't know, honey. Okay, after these 18 more bow ties. But do cats have shoulders? Do they have? I know they have thighs.
I feel like they definitely have shoulder blades or shoulder bones.
They definitely have elbows.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Their arms are connected to their body. But are those shoulders?
Yeah. Sure.
Do Cats Have Shoulders is the title of our other podcast where we ask stupid questions and never find out answers. Also, he's torn apart 2 window screens, which is just great. Oh, yeah. Tell the tale about last night. It happened at 11 p.m.
I went out to the living room and I saw Frankie's silhouette in the window. And I went a little bit closer, and he was on the outside of the screen, like standing on the little tiny ledge outside on our second floor window.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get him to come back in. He had poked and clawed a little hole in the screen and walked outside. And he started heading away from the window and towards our balcony that's attached to our bedroom.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if he was going to jump. I didn't know what his plan was.
Yeah.
But he walked along the balcony on the outside of the railing. He's a daredevil. And he was sniffing. He wanted to be out there. But finally, I was able to grab him and get him inside.
The few times he has escaped, he's so nonchalant about it all. He's like,
he's just chilling.
Take my sweet ass time on this veranda over here while you guys freak out and try to capture me. And also, in breaking news, Frankie has gained a pound. He's gone from 11.6 pounds to 12.8. Operation Fat and Frankie is fairly successful. 1 pound isn't a big deal, but when you're 11 pounds, it's a huge deal. Over 10%. Oh, he a chunky boy.
He looks good.
He looks healthy.
He looks healthy, and his fur looks like fluffy and thick, and he's glowing.
Well, I remember him eating, and he would look like a burrito or a salami, like long and thin. And now he looks like a triangle because he's got some junk in the trunk now. He looks like a piece of cheese, whatever. But are we going to keep fattening him, honey? Is that the plan?
I think he could gain 1 more pound.
Okay.
And then we have to cut him off.
No problem. Our HVAC, honey, our new air conditioning system. The arguments have already begun. So where do we set it during the day? What's your opinion? Where should we set it when we're away from our home?
I think when we're not home, we should leave it at 78. And I think the world agrees with me. That's a standard setting.
I'm in favor of 77. Let us know down in the comments section what you keep your thermostat at while you're at work. Actually, I'm in favor of keeping it at 69. Am I right? What about Frankie? Doesn't he get hot? I mean, he's like 80% fur. he must get warm.
But he loves laying in the sun, no matter
true.
What the temperature is.
That's true. I don't know. Well, but the other day you put once in a while you'll put like a piece of ice in his bowl. The other day you had like 10 pieces of ice in his bowl. What was that all about?
I don't know. I just wanted to see if he liked it.
Well, he's not going to answer you. It's like feeding your plants. You read, oh, plants like water, plants don't like water, plants like cold water, plants like warm water, plants like room temperature water. Well, even all plants of the same breed, they're all different. We're all different. We're all unique. We're all God's children. That's like saying, oh, humans like warm water to drink. Well, no. Everyone has a different opinion and different desires. Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. And we still haven't solved whether we say turn the AC up or off, down or on.
That we have. This has been a lifelong debate that we've had.
Yeah.
I say turn the AC up.
Yeah.
That means temperature hotter.
Yeah.
And if you turn it down, that means AC temperature cooler.
Yeah.
I don't know what is so confusing about it.
Well, I say it's on or it's off.
But when it's on, you can change the temperature to higher or lower.
But why would you have it on if it's not blowing cold air?
Because
might as well just turn it off.
No, because if you want your house to stay 76 degrees, so you turn it on, set it to 76.
Yeah.
And then it gets down to 75, so it shuts off.
Yeah.
I don't go turn it off then. I just leave it because when the house starts to heat back up again, I want it to automatically kick on and blow back to, start blowing again until it gets back. I don't want it getting hotter than, say, 76. So you just leave it on, set to that, and the house will maintain that temperature.
I say when it gets to 76, turn it off.
So you're getting up and down to turn it on and off constantly?
Yeah, that's right. And it's inefficient use of energy. It's smarter to keep it at one temperature.
Right. You just leave it on, set it at one temperature, leave it there, and let it manage itself.
So never turn it off?
I'm not saying never turn it off.
How will our love survive in these tumultuous times? This is where our love diverges. But we are united versus the heat. That is one thing we can agree on. And our air conditioner pumping out 15K of Chinese BTU, pure raw horsepower. I love it. It's made the days comfortable.
Yeah. I used to be scared of the summer, and I'm not scared of the heat anymore.
Yeah.
And it's such a relief.
I know. It's made life just simple and pleasurable and nice, and it's no longer like, why is it so hot in here? And I feel like an adult with a new HVAC. Like I feel grown up. I walk around our condo community, and people with the old air conditioner that came with when the condos were built 20 years ago, I'd laugh at them. I say, ha 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 ha, you're probably hot and musty, and you need a new HVAC from Jesus. By the way, when I went to go to Ray's to pay our AC bill, they had like a basket of snacks. I was like, okay, I'll have a snack here. And I reach in there and I grab peanuts. They were 3 months old. And then I grabbed a Fiber One bar. It was from last year, and not like 4 months ago last year. It was a year, like 12 months ago last year. I was like, what kind of snacks do you have expiring last July for your customers? Anyways. All right, so crap we're watching. We watch Sinners, or as I like to call it, Sceners. This is Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler, vampires in the old-timey South. What'd you think of this movie, honey?
I thought it was a little boring.
Yes.
Like, the first hour was just like, I didn't feel like much was happening.
75 minutes. I timed it.
It was a long time to, like, bring all the cast members into the story and really get the story, like, built up and going. It took a long time.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
I liked the music, I will say.
Okay.
Like, the music was good anytime there was scenes with that.
Mm.
And I liked the visuals of it. Like,
oh, yeah.
I liked the scenery. I liked...
the sunsets and all that.
I liked, like, the club.
Oh, yeah.
The jazz... What did they
juke
call
joint.
It? A juke joint. Yeah. I feel like I don't know. I know it was saying something. It was like...
it was a statement.
I don't know if I didn't get it.
A statement piece.
If it just... I was just bored.
Yeah.
And I feel... I had high hopes for it because a lot of people have really liked it.
Yeah. It's made a ton of dough. Everyone's raving about it. I was looking forward to seeing it. It's on your streaming, wherever you stream your streams. I agree. Boring. There was so much talking and so much world building, and they're introducing these characters, and it's like, let's get to the nitty gritty. I would equate it to Dusk Till Dawn meets Dirty Dancing. 75 minutes in, I looked over at you and I said, "Do you want to keep watching this?" I was ready to cut. I was ready to get the heck out of Dodge, but you wanted to plow through.
Yeah. I didn't want to give up because what if it got better?
Yeah. Well, that's when I woke up. I got up to go to the restroom, check my phone. My mom called. I was like, all right. Well, she actually texted me, "Call me," with 2 exclamation points, which I always think something horrifying happened or tragic. Which one of my uncles or whatever, or cousins or aunts died? The 2 exclamation points, my mom needs to take a chill pill. How about call me? No exclamation point. No period. Just leave it hanging there, and I will call her when I have a moment. But I would rather call my mom, Grandma T, and talk to her on the telephone than watch this movie, Seniors. So it takes place in a day. 2 Michael B. Jordans, they move down to wherever, Mississippi or wherever it is, and they open up a juke joint, nightclub. And then they're going around town, and they hire a cook because you need someone to cook some food, okay? And then they go to the grocery store to buy some fish, and you see him going to the grocery store. And then he books a musician because you got to have people playing music. And then he hires a security guard. I was like, what the hell is this? This is so boring. It's similar to Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, where George Clooney, I'm going to put together a crime caper here, so I got to go around and hire the best criminals I know. But that's lighthearted. It's charming. It's fun. This was just like, I was just like, get to the vampires already. The vampires, not scary, hardly noteworthy. Like, they're not Lestat. They're not Edward Cullen. They were just kind of like, okay, these guys. And then they'd show them like being vampires. The camera pans away whenever like they jump around or fly around and attack us. I don't know. The scene that everyone talks about, honey, where all these musicians from different ages and eras pop up. A DJ pops up and a guy, a breakdancer pops up, and like a guy who looks like Andre 3000 pops up. Did you like that scene?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked all the music scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were my favorite parts.
I thought it completely took me out of the movie, and I was like, okay, this is pure ego, pure vanity, pure just.
It didn't take me out because I knew what the movie was trying to say.
Yeah.
With that in particular.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I get it.
I mean, I got it, but it was still a circle jerk. Michael B. Jordan, honey, handsome guy. I don't think he's a good actor.
Whoa.
He's always buff. He never changes his body. He's not Christian Bale, and he's always got the mustache. And his like expressions hide behind that mustache or underneath it. And so he always looks upset, or he's clenching his jaw this way, and he looks mad this way. And I just find him one note. Do you find him a good actor?
Yeah, no, sometimes, but I do agree with you. I do think his characters are always like very similar. Yeah. All the characters that he plays.
Yeah, I found I just found it. The whole movie was just pure self-centered narcissism. Like, Ryan Coogler did this because he could do this, and as far as it appealing to me, okay, it's made a ton of dough and people love it, but I was just like, this is just not good. I feel like he tried to do, especially that one scene, he tried to do like a Baz Luhrmann kind of thing, but you ain't no Baz Luhrmann, okay, Ryan? Like, Baz Luhrmann's been doing it for decades, and it was amateur Baz Luhrmann. Sinners is a sin against cinema, honey. You know what I'm saying? Cinema. Okay, it's an allegory about racism and a statement on Jim Crow and the Klan and yada. Whatever. You still got to be entertaining. You still got to be a good movie, and I just think it falls short spectacularly on all fronts. The ending scene, the ending scene where one of the Michael Jordans shoots a bunch of Klan members. What the hell was that about? That was so gratuitous. Not necessary. It's at the very end. Like, again.
Well, it was justice.
Okay.
It was revenge.
He sold him the juke joint.
But then they were coming back.
Yeah.
They were coming back to kill him and his friends.
Okay. Yeah, but you didn't need that. You could have just ended it. And then the post-credit scene or whatever, where him and Haley Steinfeld meet the 80-year-old Sam. Okay. It just went on way too long. Too long. Worst movie ever. Do you agree with all the praise, honey, it's getting?
Well, it didn't work for me. It wasn't my jam.
Yeah.
There were aspects of it that I did like and enjoy.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall just wasn't my kind of movie.
It sucked. Pee-wee as himself, starring Paul Reubens. I did a couple of long-form interviews with the documentarian a few years ago, just a few months before he passed. We've only watched, it's 2 hour-and-a-half-ish episodes. We've only watched the first one. What do you think about this so far, honey?
I'm really liking it so far. It's pretty fascinating. Like, it's not just Paul Reubens' life, but it's like like talking about parts of American history and culture.
Yeah.
The circus world culture in the 1960s, and then like the avant-garde scene in Los Angeles and the Bay Area of the 1970s. It's super interesting.
Yeah. I knew nothing about Pee-wee Paul Reubens because he never really revealed himself. He was always Pee-wee. He never did interviews of himself. He always was this one character in his movies and TV show. But he was born in New York, and then family early on moved down to Sarasota, Florida, which was where Ringling Brothers was headquartered, the circus people. And so he talked about he would be at the grocery store with his dad, and he would see the bearded lady in the meat aisle or whatever. And so he began to get fascinated by showbiz. And then he fell in love with the TV, like we all did. He loved Howdy Doody, Little Rascals, Mouseketeers, Mickey Mouse Club. And when he got older, when he turned 18, he was like, I'm going to move to Los Angeles and try to make a go of this show business thing and try to be an artiste. And yeah, he was very, he did a bunch of bits and characters and sketches and improv, and we know the comedy side, but he tried to do drama. I mean, he did do drama, and he did some wacky films you've never heard of and never seen, but he came up with this Pee-wee Herman character, and for whatever reason it resonated with people. There was almost nothing into the origin of the Pee-wee character, which I really wanted more.
I was thinking about that, and I think he might not know himself, because when you're doing improv and these like comedy shows, you're just constantly trying to like think of things, and so it could be that it just came out and he doesn't even know exactly how he thought of it, like
lightning in a bottle. And then his character became popular. He did a tour of it, which blows my mind. And that's where we are right now after the first episode. It's hecka fascinating. He's hecka engaging. He's so not the he's not that guy. But I want to know where'd the bow tie come from? Where'd that tight suit come from? Where'd the makeup come from? His hair, the voice. Maybe it'll reveal itself in the second episode. But yeah, he's dad, handsome guy. And he was a handsome dude in college. But you really begin to see the duality of like, he can't turn off Pee-wee. And even though he is Paul Reubens in his private life at home, but he just always wants to be on when he goes on Letterman. He's Pee-wee when he does various TV interviews. He's Pee-wee. He just can't turn it off. But yeah, we're about to watch the second episode right now. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, honey. The finale, 10 episodes. What'd you think? We finished it.
I still love it.
Yes.
There's so much fighting, and I know that's what you want.
Yeah.
When you have a group of women on a reality show, you want the drama and the fighting, but it was like, that was all it was, where they were angry and yelling, and let's have some fun also. How about?
No. There's lots of fighting, but then there's the precursor to the fighting where they talk about how they're going to fight or confront each other. Or, we're all going to this party. And then there's the fighting at the party or the loud restaurant. And then there's the post talking about what happened at the party. Oh, she said this and she showed up with this guy. And I can't believe she came to this. There's one, they do a Halloween thing. It's a Halloween party where they all show up and bicker, and it just goes on. It's so fast and furious. I can't keep up with the freaking, with the subtitles. There's just so much cat fighting going on, but I love it. They really brought it. Second season. The breaking of the fourth wall. There's been chatter of this. What do you think about this, honey?
It bothered me at first, or I just thought it was weird, but I actually grew to like it.
Yeah.
I like how they reference the fact constantly that they're on a reality show.
Yeah. And they bring it. It's like Demi wanted more money, so she said, just get rid of Jess, just fire Jess. It's like, wow. It's like if David Schwimmer was like, Lisa Kudrow wanted more money, so she wanted to fire Matthew Perry. But like IRL in real life, and it's really good. And
it's so good.
Yeah, and there's talk of well, this is breaking the fourth wall. Well, the fourth wall is dumb, okay? And it always bothered me, like on The Hills or whatever. I'm Lauren, and I'm just an intern at Teen Vogue mag. Okay,
oh yeah,
whatever.
So fake.
You're a famous celebrity. You come here and you chat to Whitney, and you go out to clubs, and you're known, and you do not need this internship. You have a ton of money, and it's just like, let's get past this. Why are we pretending that they're not huge celebrities? Anyways, but it was weird. Like, so season 2 ends, and then they already have content for the next season. They had a little preview at the end. So I wonder if it's more season 2.5, season 3. There's going to be a reunion coming up. I'm game. I love it. Provo versus Salt Lake, honey. What's your favorite city?
I don't know. I haven't. I need to spend more time in both cities.
I'll hop on the Exmo subreddit and axe. Swig, Poppy, the product placement is hot and heavy, but I like it. I don't care. Let's break the fourth wall. These people are famous, and their lives are being famous, and let's stop kidding ourselves that we're just. And the whole Mormon angle, like they bring it up once in a while, like LDS Church says this and LDS Church says that, but we're past all that.
Oh yeah,
these are just some attractive ladies who make money. And sometimes they don't get along. And let's film it all. The studio finale, honey. Seth Rogen. We were on the fence about watching the finale. But I said, let's do it, honey. Let's give it a go. What'd you think of the finale?
I'm over that show.
Yeah, same.
I don't want to watch season 2.
Yeah, same.
I thought... I don't even know that I'm happy that we watched the finale.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. There were 2 excellent episodes in a 10-episode season. That's 20% success rate. You got to bring it more than that, okay? You got to bring it more than that in this age of TikTok and MySpace and Friendster and Kazaa and LimeWire. You got to have more than a 20% hit rate. You got to bring it 100% of the time, and because there's just too much stuff out there. So yeah, we're not gonna watch season 2. No bueno. Okay, well, are we done, honey?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for
Poppy.
Poppy. We don't have a promo code for Poppy. By the way, Macy in one of the later episodes is wearing a Poppy sweatshirt. I wanted it so bad.
You bought Poppy this weekend.
Oh yeah,
and it's because you were influenced by the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah, I went up to Carla and I said, "I'm using my promo code TFP. That stands for Taylor Frankie Paul." So she gets credit, and Carla looked at me like, what the heck are you talking about? We don't have a promo code for Poppy. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have hated sceners. I'm sorry. I wanted to like it.
Yeah.
Why are we so against the grain, honey? Is it us? Is it Kugler?
It's us.
I feel like that's that movie and that kind of movie. I feel like people just want to like it. Like they just like it because they think they should like it, or it's so different It's so unexpected, and it's so cool to like it. So people just hop on the like bandwagon, but really, are they watching it twice? Is it sticking in your mind for any period of time? And usually if something is much heralded, I'm like, okay, I get it. Maybe it's not my thing, but this I did not get, and I wanted to like it, but I'm still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. We hope you have a wonderful day / night. Bye.
And oop.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.